everyone. Well, we're all getting into the festive holiday spirit now that Halloween is over and Christmas is on the horizon with Thanksgiving in the middle to give us a little taste of what's to come. Well, I've got a festive horror anthology for you today from a group of talented directors, and it is called I Slay on Christmas. Get it? Slay? S-L-A-Y. Yes, it is a horror anthology of indie films brought to us by some familiar names. The wraparound story is a gentleman out in the woods ends up crossing paths with a paranormal individual who ends up having pine cones, and each pine cone represents a story of gruesomeness that takes place on or during Christmas season. And we see through each pine cone as it's picked up the stories that are unfolded. Yeah, this is interesting. Each one of these shorts that they have in here varies in production value, from a micro budget to a little bit higher budget, all of them independent though. And so, yeah, each one of them has that aesthetic. Some of them have a better audio than others, but all of them are definitely unique, yet staying within the theme of the anthology. So I appreciated that quite a bit. It's broken up into 4 shorts, basically, with the wraparound. You get All Chopped Up and Nowhere to Go, which is just... We have Joel Wynkoop and his wife playing a husband-wife duo. Go figure. And the husband, Drudge, played by Joel, is the most vile individual you could think of. He hates his child, who has some physical challenges, and he gives his wife some crap. He's just a sleazy, nasty guy. And we see how he also hates the word Christmas. He doesn't like the holiday too much, but he does like his video camera. And we see how he also enjoys getting things a little bloody and messy when he's abandoned by his wife, but his wife's friend shows up. Yeah, I love the performance by everybody involved in here. While the audio was a bit rough in spots, the performances, definitely Joel doing it over the top, who plays his wife's friend, Vera Marlowe playing Maddie. She puts in a solid performance, one that you feel her terror and her fear, and yeah, she just goes for the fences with that. And All Chopped Up and Nowhere to Go definitely is a disturbing one in a wild way to open this. Then there's The Best Company, which is a foreign short. It's in Spanish, subtitled, so it might throw some people off. I hope not, because it was a very interesting story where they do a little bit of misleading editing, making you think this story is going to go one way, and then it turns it on its head. And I'm glad that they included that in this anthology, because I thought the performances by all were great, and that story was unique and really brought a smile to my face. And, you know, playing off of the angle of meeting someone, especially, you know, through online things and such, definitely is going to talk to a bit more of the modern audience. Then we have Regifting, which has some familiar faces in here. Debbie D plays Suzette, a woman who thinks she's found her guy, but she's just holding off yet. She's just kind of waiting yet before they actually get intimate. And her friend Deborah, played by Deborah Dutch, is advising her she still should be careful. And yeah, another tale of warning on the whole dating scene when you're single, as things don't play out like Suzette had hoped, and it just gets very, very dark and deadly as the story plays out. And then we have Christmas Revenge, which poor Santa ends up getting captured by an individual who blames Santa for the fact that his mom and dad split up because he saw Santa kissing mommy under the Christmas tree one night. But not all the details are there, and we see how there's some twisted turns. Mrs. Claus shows up to save her husband, or does she? So yeah, there's a lot of fun play in here, some fun gore effects in this one. It gets bloody, and the way it's directed and edited, I thought, was great. A mixture of a dark humor and yeah, just an interesting story of someone blaming Santa for what happened in their family. So that has a great performances as well. AJ Laird playing Santa, Justin Bauer playing Curtis. You feel this guy's struggle, and Nina Trader showing up as Mrs. Claus. She was also great. Everybody everybody does well in here, I think. And the only thing that, I mean, for some people, when they watch it, they could have probably used, each project, as all indie films, could have used more budget, but they work within their limits of what they have to make a festive horror anthology to which, if you're very familiar with the works of Joel Wynkoop and a number of others, independent cinema shot on micro budget, yeah, I think there's some fun to be had here, and just in time for the Christmas season. So if you're looking for indie horror film to watch, you may want to check this one out. Again, not going to be aesthetics for everyone if you're not used to that smaller budget film look and feel. But if you are, yeah, I think you'll have fun with this. So there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have seen this horror anthology, please leave your comments down below. Love to hear your constructive thoughts. Like, subscribe, and all the bells and whistles here, and help us keep growing in subscribers. We only do this because of you. We thank you for your support. And until next time, as always, keep that ticket stub.